Have you ever been in a relationship that looked good on the outside, but your body never felt calm and grounded in it? Like you couldn't accept the love that was available to you. Maybe you found yourself always hyper vigilant, always aware of their words and emotions and moods, always waiting for the other shoe to drop, feeling like any little bit of energy that they would pull away, your chest would tighten. Or the moment you did finally get a text from them and hear back from them, your whole mood would shift and you'd feel that rush of excitement running through your body. Or anytime you had to have a hard conversation with them, it's like everything shut down and you went into freeze mode. Your body just locked up and all your thoughts went somewhere else. And that anxiousness inside wasn't translating to what was actually happening. Like the relationship itself is good. Why can't I just accept the love that's available to me? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. For many of us, love itself doesn't feel inherently safe. It can feel challenging to our nervous system to accept healthy, predictable love when what our nervous system has come to know in the past is unpredictability, chaos, instability, emotional unavailability, or having to constantly perform and achieve in order to earn love. But love shouldn't be something that you have to perform for or earn. Love should get to feel inherently safe. And today I want to talk about what that actually means. What does it mean to feel safe in love? And how do you know if you're actually ready for that? So, the reason that love itself doesn't feel safe for you and doesn't feel safe for many people isn't because you're inherently broken. It's because your nervous system is wired for familiarity, it's not wired for joy. Your nervous system's whole job is to keep you safe. And safe in the realm of your nervous system equals familiar and known. So, if what you learned growing up, either through the relationships that you had with your parents or primary caregivers, or the relationship you witnessed between them, or early romantic relationships, early childhood relationships, if in any of those settings you learned that love was something that you had to perform for or achieve or be good enough to earn, if you learned that love was inherently scary, maybe love came with pain, either emotional or physical pain. Maybe you learned to equate love with chaos, with instability, with lots of ups and downs. And your nervous system then learned that connection looks like all those ups and downs, all that emotional unavailability, all that people pleasing and caretaking and proving and giving yourself. And so when somebody shows up who is a healthy, emotionally available partner and wants to love you in that way, your nervous system goes, I have no idea what this is. This doesn't feel familiar. Therefore, it doesn't feel safe. And I can't really let it in. I don't know how to let love in if I'm not performing for it. I don't know how to let love in if I'm not getting punished on the other side of it. I don't know how to let love in when I'm not being constantly hyper vigilant of the other person's mood and emotional state. And before you know it, you're pushing away the thing that you so desperately wanted. Your conscious mind wants that healthy connection, that partnership. And so, why do you find yourself pushing it away or over giving, trying to perform to earn it? Why do you find yourself shutting down and going into isolation and withdrawal and avoiding the intimacy that your conscious mind actually wants? It's because, on an unconscious level, in the realm of your nervous system and inner parts and inner child, there are still core wounds being played out. And those parts of you are living in that outdated information. So, what we have to do is teach our nervous system, teach all those younger parts that love no longer has to look like what it used to look like. We have to give it a new operating script. And in order to do that, we have to define what safety actually means in love. Because a lot of the times when people are healing and building towards secure attachment, they think they have to jump from whatever their experience of love was in the past, in their childhood, that chaos, the unpredictability, the withdrawal and unavailability of love, and move into calm, peaceful, totally stable and secure experiences in love. The reality is that healthy, available, safe love will not always feel calm. It is most likely going to trigger feelings of anxiety in you, at least in the beginning, because it's going to bring up those wounded parts that didn't get your needs met in the past. It's going to feel unfamiliar. And again, unfamiliar equals unsafe to our nervous system. So while we're teaching our nervous system what safety in love looks like, we have to acknowledge that it doesn't have to be calm all the time. That's not the goal. The goal is capacity. Can we expand our capacity to both give and receive love, to both express and receive somebody else's emotions, to be able to stay when things do feel challenging? We want to expand our capacity to be with interpersonal relationship. That's what safety really is. So it's not that it's always going to be easy or peaceful. Safe love means that there's always going to be space for truth, repair, and intimacy in your connection. When there's space for repair, that means there's space for mistakes. Both people are free to not get it right 100% of the time and to still trust that we both have good intentions in this. Even if I mess up my communication, I'm free to come back and try it again. And same thing for the other person. So, safe really means your body can soften, your nervous system can exhale, knowing that it's okay to not get it right. It's okay if we figure this out together as we go. There are going to be road bumps and challenges along the way. And we're going to have to work at finding communication practices and tools that work for both of us so that we both feel seen and understood and met in this connection. And that will inherently involve some trial and error. So, no, it's not going to be peaceful all the time, but it's also not going to be a roller coaster of chaos where your lovability feels dependent on performance or achievement or how much you can overgive in order to get this person to stay and choose you. In insecure love, you have to perform and chase in order to feel worthy. But in secure love, you have the ability to pause and take a breath when you feel like you've made a mistake or messed something up and know that you're going to be met with kindness and compassion rather than punishment. Secure love will set a boundary and hold it with loving kindness, but it will not punish you or withdraw because you've messed something up. So, as you might imagine, safe love can actually bring up more emotion, not less, because it's finally safe to process all of the old wounding. It's finally safe to allow yourself to be seen, to express what it is that you actually feel, rather than hiding it in the name of being the good girl, of being the one with no needs, of being totally chill. In safe love, you're allowed to actually feel what you feel, to name it, and to know that the other person's not going to take it as a personal attack. You're both going to meet each other with understanding, with patience, and with compassion. So, again, this goes back to increasing our capacity. Safe love is about increasing our capacity to be with our own emotions and to hold space for the emotions of the other person without going into catastrophe. I want to give you a very simple guided somatic practice to start with, just to begin to teach your system what it might feel like to experience safe, healthy, loving connection. So, if you're in a place where it feels okay for you to close your eyes, maybe you take the time to put a hand on your heart, close your eyes, and begin to tune in with your breath. If you'd like to keep your eyes open and a soft gaze on the floor beneath you, go ahead and do that if that feels better. And together, let's just take a deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, I want you to feel the ground beneath you. Feel the ground that's beneath your feet. Feel the surface that you're sitting on. And acknowledge to yourself that in this moment, you are supported and you are safe. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, feeling the ground beneath you, and see if you can allow your body to soften a little bit more, trusting that the ground and the surface you're sitting on is holding your body. It's got you. You are supported and you are safe. Taking an inhale, feeling that support in your body. As you exhale, feeling the ground and sensing into the fact that because you are supported, you can bring more of you to this moment. You can notice other feelings, thoughts, emotions, and sensations in your body because you have stable support beneath you. Taking a few more inhales and exhales through your nose as you acknowledge to yourself, I am safe in this moment. I am here in my body in this moment. I don't have to chase love. I don't have to perform or earn care and connection. And I can start by loving myself right in this moment, by giving my body something that it needs. Taking another deep inhale through your nose. Feel the support of the ground beneath you as you exhale. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes, reorient to the space around you, still feeling into the support of the ground beneath you. Seeing if you can notice that maybe you went from having your energy be more up in your head to down a little bit lower in your body, more connected to the support beneath you. And I want you to begin to understand that this is where healing happens, not in the mind by overanalyzing and overthinking every single thing we say and do and somebody else says and does. Healing happens in the body. Change happens in the nervous system. And if we want to experience healthy love, maybe for the first time in our lives, we have to be willing to teach our nervous system something new. Because it's not about never being triggered again. It's about knowing that you have the tools to get back to safety and stability instead of spiraling into survival, and trusting yourself to rely on those tools once you learn them. So if this all resonates with you and you are ready to finally stop repeating the painful patterns you've experienced in love and dating and even in your relationship with yourself in the past, and you're ready to teach your nervous system something new, this is exactly the work that we do inside Awaken Love, my 12-week group program that runs just once per year. It's a live group program. We meet on Zoom every single week, and I teach you all the tools that you need to regulate your nervous system, rewire your subconscious beliefs about love, build secure attachment patterns, and most importantly, build a strong sense of self-worth and clarity about your values, your desires, who you are, and what you want in a compatible long-term partnership. If you're ready for love to finally start to feel safe, I am so excited to meet you in this program. We begin October 21st and 22nd. There's a Tuesday group and a Wednesday group. We run for 12 weeks. You're going to get everything you need in that time. If you're curious, you can check the show notes for all of the information. Send an email or DM to me if you want to save your spot. We are closing the doors very, very soon, and I'm so excited to see you in there. Because, by the way, you deserve to experience a love that doesn't make your nervous system panic, but instead a love that feels like home. So if you're ready for that and so much more on nervous system regulation, embodiment, and healthy self-love, make sure you subscribe for updates on future videos, all my programs and offerings, and I will see you in the next one.